Hello everybody, this is Money Mom again. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about vintage items are made to last. Let's get started. I know that many of you have maybe heard your grandparents say, gosh, they don't make things like they used to in the good old days. And I kind of agree with a lot of that, and I wanted to show you many of my vintage items that I have collected. One I forgot to bring out here, so I'll show you another time. It's a decoration, but I still have several items to show you. When I looked up the word vintage, one site said 20 years or older. Well, gosh, that'd be like in the 1990s. I'm like, that's vintage? I personally think of vintage as 1970s and above. I'm not sure what your opinion is or what is actually considered vintage, but I will share with you how old these items are. So let me get started. First is a sweater from my dear, sweet, beautiful mom who passed away. This is from the 1980s. I think it's really pretty, and it actually looks quite nice on me. You've seen me in it. It's from the 1980s, and look at great shape it's in. My mom and dad used to always buy their clothes at department stores. They didn't buy a lot, but what they bought was good quality. I'm going to step up to the camera to show you another item. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. It's my mom's wedding ring. Now I do have my own wedding ring, but when my mom passed, and it's funny because my mom was on the thin side, and for some reason this ring fits me. I think it's a God thing. And this ring is from 1960. She got married in August 1960 when she was 22 years old. This is my mom's wedding ring. It's platinum. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's from 1960, and I really love it, and I just feel like she's with me when I wear it. This is a jacket. My mother's name is Judith, but she went by Judy. And this is from the 1980s. My dad was a truck driver. As you know, I'm from Minnesota. He was a teamster. This jacket is in great shape. Now, I think it's too small for me, but my daughter can wear it, and it's kind of large on her. But it is excellent quality, and it's from the 1980s. This, and I wish I loved to sew, is a sewing kit from the early 1970s, and I'll show you inside. It has a bunch of sewing things. It is in excellent, excellent shape. I'll need to be careful when I show you this. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I really like it. And there's a tray here, and I can lift it out, and there's more underneath. But this is a sewing kit from the 1970s. Maybe one of these days my daughter or I will sew, but I don't want to get rid of this because it just brings back lovely memories from my wonderful mom. These are two mixing sets. This is from the 1950s. It still works. It's by GE. You can see it's heavy duty, worn, but it still works. This is from the early 1970s. These hand mixers both still work. What's great is that I have different sets of little beaters that go with each one, and one set does not fit the other one. So if I cook two things, I can switch off between these two. So that's kind of nice. This is a Hostess kit, Hostess Helper kit. This is from the 1970s. To be honest, I rarely use it, but some of these things are from my mom, so I just don't want to get rid of them, and they mean a lot to me. This lovely vintage cookbook, which I've shared some wonderful recipes. To be honest with you, there's not a lot of recipes in here that I really want to make, but this book is so sturdy. It's called Culinary Arts Institute Encyclopedia Cookbook. It has a lot in here, and I just don't want to get rid of it because it brings back a lot of good memories. Almost finished, guys. These cake pans, I can't believe this. I couldn't find these anywhere in the store. These are two cake pans. These are from the 1970s, early 70s, maybe late 60s. And you can make a cake, but it has this thing in here that you turn, and it helps lift the cake out. And they're fabulous. They're in excellent condition. And so I'm definitely not getting rid of those. I graduated high school in 1983, so I saved this. This is from my cake topper. I also saved this from 1983. It was from a tassel from graduation, 1983. I have just a couple more things. These earrings are from the early 1900s. They're antique earrings from early 1900s, and actually a dear friend gave them to me from a relative because she doesn't wear clip-ons. So that's what these are. They're really beautiful, and I will make sure to take good care of them. This is a cake pan from the 1980s from my mom, and it's engraved from the kitchen of Judy Schneider. And I thought that was special, and I'll hold on to that. I just have 2 more items. I don't use this very often, but this is if you want to roll up. My mom used to make pies a lot. This is something that she used. This is from the 1960s, and it was, you know, she uses that. It's by Tupperware. She used to roll out dough with this. So I am saving this in case I decide to make cutout cookies or something of that nature. Now I have one more item, and I have several little things in here. I was raised in a mixed religious home, but I went to Catholic church when I was young. I've actually been to several different churches, but that was one that I went to, and I was confirmed in First Communion Catholic. This little necklace, I don't know if you can see it, was my baptism necklace in 1965 when I was baptized. This bracelet was from First Communion. I'm not sure if you can see it. And then I have a First Communion little pin. So these are little special things from when I was little, and I've just never wanted to throw them away, and I keep them in this little container for memories. So these are some vintage items, probably just some of them that I have. And those are things that I understand minimalists want to get rid of lots of things and organize to give more joy in their life, and I can totally see why. But these items do bring me joy, and I know some of them my daughter will enjoy when she moves out on her own and hopefully has her family someday. But I really enjoy them. Thank you for allowing me to share. Do you want to tell me about anything very special that you have in your life that you hold dear? I'd love to hear about it. Thanks, everybody. I love you a lot. Bye-bye.